Okay, so guys, you are welcome once again. We are continuing with our lecture site 221 experimental psychology. Today we're talking about variables. Yes, variables, and we will simply touch it for the purpose of this course and what you should expect in respect to variables in your exam. So the word variable, as we know from first year, refers to anything that can vary, right? Or you say anything that can take different values. I am looking to be serious now, right? You can see me in another condition and you see me, I'm looking on serious. I may seem to be angry. You may see me in another place, I'm happy. These are different values of mood or states of mind or behavior, right? So you see our mood can vary, right? You see there are things that can vary, and anything that can take different values is what we refer to as variables. And we understand that when we engage in human participants, there are aspects of human behavior, like I gave some examples, that can vary, right? Animals, there are aspects of animals that can vary. What again? And other things. So variables can be human, objects, animals, etc., depending on the population of interest or what you want to use or what you are trying to look at in your research. So that is that about variables, and we're looking at the types of variables. Yes, so in as much as we have like continuous, discontinuous, discrete variables, those are not the what we look at in this course. Yes, the major variables we should be looking at is the ones we call the independent variable. Yes, so I will go straight and explain them. Independent variable is also known as experimental variable, or you call it the manipulated variable, right? This is the one the researcher manipulates in the research. Yes, this is the one that is in the control of the researcher. Then the dependent variable is the one the researcher measures, or a place where the researcher measures the outcome of the manipulation done on the independent, right? So if I am actually wanting to know if pinching makes somebody cry, and I pinch myself and I ended up crying, right? I can say the pinching, which is the manipulation, is the reason of the that is the independent, is the reason why the outcome, that is the dependent variable, the cry, right? So you discover that the dependent variable is also called the response measure, or you call it the outcome measure. The response measure or response variable or outcome measure, or call it the dependent variable. So in this situation, the pinching is a manipulation of the mood, which is the independent variable. The outcome, I'm waiting to know whether he or she will cry, is the response measure or the outcome variable or the dependent variable. Now, this example is very important to understand the third variable of interest here. So you understand that how be that I pinched the person, and the reason why the person was crying because he is hungry, or he was already having enough reason to cry. You understand? So other reasons apart from the pinching, you find out that that is extraneous variable. This extraneous variable has this capacity to give the outcome that the independent intended to, and we refer to it as extraneous variable. They are called unwanted variables, and they can affect the experimenters, the research, or called the experimental. If it's an experimental method, they can influence it a lot. We call it confounding. this confounding occurs when this level of errors occurs and affects the outcome of the research. It's called confounding. So that is the little thing we need to know about variables for the purpose of this course. Yes. Yeah, so that is that. I would want to look at other topics in another video. Thank you, and please see you on the other side.